This is a hypothetical case. This is a hypothetical case where we assume that the variables were not measured from a prevalidated scale. Okay, so we don't know which is going for supplier integration, customer integration, internal integration, logistic integration, information integration, and financial flow integration. We don't know which of them is going for it. So we conduct. Yes.
So, but from the data, like you indicated,
yes.
The C1 is.
So that's why I'm saying that.
And you have questions on it.
That's why I'm saying that it's a hypothetical case. So we are assuming that we have not regrouped them based on.
Okay.
So if we were to create a new scale to measure all these dimensions of supply chain integration. So we have asked all these questions, but we don't know which of them is going for customer integration, supplier integration, information flow integration, financial flow integration, and all those things. How do we do that? We have to do what we call exploratory factor analysis. So we are going to use the same data set and then run it. Okay? So the procedure will be found in your book. The SPSS book, I told you to print it. Did you? Okay. So you go to analyze, then go to dimension reduction and click on factor. So you right click to display variable names so that we can know the code names. Is that not it? So we are selecting supply integration down up to.
So they have to reset because they will have the previous settings.
Have you reset yours?
So you upload the content of the variable column.
So now we have to select up to financial flow integration. Is that not it?
Okay, we are starting from financial flow.
No, we are starting from supplier integration up to financial flow. Because we are selecting all of them and see how we can get the component of factors out of all these questions. Okay.
So you excluding the demographics.
Yes. I told them that we don't complete factor analysis on single variables. We will do that. We don't complete factor analysis on a single variable. It will be on constructs. Okay. So we are selecting from supply integration to financial flow integration.
Everything.
Yes. So you click on descriptives. Click on descriptives and go and do the selections that you are familiar with. Do you remember them? KMO is there. Determinant, significant, coefficient, inverse, write all of them, okay? Click on all of them. Then you go to extraction. Which one are we using? Principal, right? Come and select screen plot in addition to the unrotated factor solution, okay? Then you see eigenvalues, right? Based on what? Eigenvalues. This is where we make distinction between confirmatory factor analysis and what? Exploratory factor analysis. If it is confirmatory, we will come to what? Fixed number of what? Factors. Then you put the number of factors we want it to create for you. But since we don't know the number of factors that we can generate out of all these questions, we allow it. So we maintain the eigenvalues. Go to your rotation. Yesterday we used the Verimax. What is in your book? They use the direct oblique, right? So we can click on that one as well. And then continue. But I think you can click on OK.
When you click on the bottom one check.
Okay. So have you gotten the results like this? Let's have a look at it. You will get a number of results, but we will go straight to those that are relevant, okay? To make it easy for us. So we go and test our KMO, right? We go and check the KMO results, test the assumptions. So this select the KMO. We check the KMO.
Some because of so many.
We selected a lot of.
Oh, you can easily trace it from here, okay? Have you seen the dialog box there? Output. So you just click on it and it will send you direct. And I will just scroll in. Okay.
Cable.
The one that doesn't have KMO, go to the output and look at the log.
Click on the logs.
Okay. So this is our KMO results. As we saw yesterday, we want to put it on a Word file. Please don't worry with your case. Try to understand what we are doing. So you have your KMO results listed, right? So in the KMO, what are you looking at for? What are you interested in?
The coefficient of KMO 0.777.
It should be greater than what?
0.5.
Okay. And this one too is what?
Significant.
So it should be significant, meaning that
That's what it's supposed to let me look at that again.
the correlation
Correlation.
between the indicators and the factors that they are contributing to measuring is not identity what the measures. Okay. So we are done with those assumptions. Then we can go to our total variance explained to check common method bias, right?
Yeah.
So click on that one and copy that table. Total variance explained. And we put it there. Common method bias. This time around, the interpretation is going to be a bit different from the one that we saw. It's going to be the same, we are using the same criteria, right? But we know that we don't know the number of factors that we have to use. Is that not it?
Yeah.
So if you read this one, this is component what? 1.
One.
That is one factor, factor 1. Factor what? Do you get it? So these questionnaires that we put them in, we have how many factors? Up to what? Up to 11 factors. So they can be grouped under 11 factors or components. That is what this one is telling us. Then we come and check the percentage of variance for each of the likely factors that we are supposed to get. And we say that it should be what? It should be less than 50%. So if you look at the percentage of variance for all of the factors that we are likely to get, do we have problem with common method bias? Okay. So we don't have problem with it. So we can now proceed. and now go and interpret our results. Have you seen that? Okay. Now go to the results section. This is screen plot. Okay. It tells us the possible number of factors that we can generate. Okay. So you can also bring this one as well. We will do the interpretation later. So copy the screen plot and add it here. Okay. So after the screen plot, we go to the one that we are much interested in, the component what? Metrics, where we will know the number of factors that we can generate. Now come here, copy it, and paste it there. So this is the component metrics that we are likely to get. And the decision is that what should be the minimum correlation?
0.3 or you greater or equal to 0.3.
So that correlation, the correlation between the predictor or the factor and then the construct it is measuring should be 0.3 and what? Above. You ignore the sign, so you take the absolute figure, whether it is positive or what? Negative. I want to check. Okay. So we can see it clearly. Is that not it? So now we saw that we have possible. How many factors or constructs are we likely to get out of all these questions? How many did we? 11, right?
Yes and yes.
So those are the numbers written here. So you can have factor 1, 2, up to what? 11 factors or constructs. And each of the items that we have will have a score for the construct that is likely to belong to. And natural selection, a factor will belong to a particular factor, or a variable will belong to a particular factor if it scores higher figure than the other factors. So, for instance, if you look at the first statement, it says that we synchronize business activities with those of key suppliers, right? For factor 1, it's called what? 0. What?
0.01.
Okay. For factor 2, it's called what?
0.474. Anyway, we're going by the absolute values.
Yeah. Then for factor 3,
1.366.
factor 4,
1.254.
factor 5,
0.128.
factor 6,
0.159.
okay. Factor 7,
0.260.
factor 8,
0.269.
up to the last factor. Is that not it? So you see that for each of the factors, it is belonging to. But which of them do you think it belongs to most?
Factor 2.
Factor 2. It got what?
4.7.
So you create a table and write the factor 2. Then you go and put that statement there. Because that is where it strongly what belongs to. Is that not it? Okay. So we go here. Assuming we have another table, we can just insert something of this sort. We have up to how many factors?
11.
Wow. So you have factor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the last one should be what? 11. Okay? 11. So, this is for factor 2, right?
Yes.
This is factor 2. So factor 2, what statement is belonging to factor 2?
The synchronized business activities.
Do you understand? Or you can equally put the number 2 there in front. So you copy this one and then place it under what? Under 2. So it belongs to 2. You get it? We go to the second statement. We constantly explore new working relationship with suppliers. Look at where it mostly belongs. It belongs to what factor?
Factor 3.
Good. So here, it belongs to factor what? 3. Are we seeing that? So what do? You take this statement, amount it what? Factor what? And put it there. Are you seeing what we are doing? Okay. Next factor, where does it belong to?
1.
Factor 1. So we highlight it. Okay. And put it to factor what? 1. Copy. And put it under factor 1. I think when we make it this way, it becomes very easy to understand. So that at the end of the day, you know where it is belonging to. Next statement is what? Where does it belong to?
Factor 1.
Belongs to factor 1. Okay, so we keep blah 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 and put it there. So factor 1, how many are going for it now? 2. Good. Let's quickly run through it. The next one is also factor 1, right?
Yes.
We can pause it. Pause it and then let's do the selection. Then when we read the interpretation, we do. It is continuing. Okay. Now, this is the output of the exploratory factor analysis that we did. So when we look at the factors, we have factor 1. How many questions or items were related to factor 1? 1. You were what?
Sorry. Okay.
No, I'm looking for a new one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so 14 indicators belong to factor 1. Let's go to factor 2. Okay, so factor 2, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many factors form a construct?
4.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Now we go to the third one. How many factors did we get? 4.
That's a 4.
So roughly, the one that we have done, although it gave us a possible 11 range of factors or construct that they may belong to, but after evaluating the output, we can group them into how many factors? 3 main factors. And it is up to us to now come and name what factor 1 is, what factor 2 is, and what factor 3 is. That's all.
So say the naming, will it be from us or the software will help with it?
No, the software will not give it to you. The human intellect, you have to give. So you read and diagnose all the indicators, variables. So where they relate most, then you give it as a name.
So based on the knowledge you have in the area.
Based on your expert knowledge in that particular area.
So, okay, I want
Because from the confirmation, you realize that each of them had 18. But with this one variable alone is having like 14.
Yeah.
Some of the questions rather belong
to that particular factor and not the one that we saw. But I gave you this as what a hypothetical what case, hypothetical what case. That's all. So this is how we do explanatory factor analysis. So, any question?
Yes. We get to the script blocks. That one you're going to determine.
Yes, you can also.
So you can see that with the script plot, you can have 3 factors.
The script plot also gave us indication. I decided not to talk about it because I know that you raised that issue.
Because we have 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And so unless they are
Very
saying what
good.
there's
You see the confirmation. The one that they gave us up to 11.
Yes.
11th number.
Okay, yeah.
But the script plot displays that most of them, the major sharp curve comes around the 3rd point.
Yes.
It means that most of the factors are supposed to be found within that range.
Many of them will be in 1. Because we have so many.
Look at where the line is. So the script plot is there to just give you indication idea about the possible number of factors that you can generate from the factor analysis. That's all. So are we done with it?
So can I go straight and remove the script plot?
Factors.
Okay.
But I do not give you an idea about the indicators that belong to the particular one.
So
Factor.
if you just tell me the
You can get 3 factors. And if you look at the total variance explained table, it also gives us an idea about the possible factors. Up to 11, you remember? Look at it. It gives us an idea about the possible. Where the total ends. I'm talking about this side.
Total, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It gives us the hint about the total factors that we can also get. But it doesn't give us information about how many factors are likely to what. How many indicators are likely to go to a particular factor. It doesn't also give us an idea about which indicator belongs to which particular factor. So still, the human creativity is still useful in interpreting the results. Okay, so this is the confirmatory, exploratory factor analysis. So let's quickly go over and do one, try on another data set.